Do you want free fig trees? Well, I'm going to show you how to propagate fig cuttings so you can have multiple trees all for free. Now, here's the thing. If you propagate your own fig tree, you're going to get the same type of fig tree. But maybe you have a friend that has a fig tree. Try propagating that one. But I'm going to show you how to propagate fig trees the correct way, and so you will have an 80% success rate. Yeah, I said it. I didn't say 100%, but 80 is pretty doggone good. So let's get to it. Now, you don't need a bunch of tools if you're going to do a cutting from a fig tree, or really from any tree. So, but one of the most important things you need is a fig tree. So this is my brown turkey fig that I've had in this place 25 years, and I've reduced the size of it because I have a few other or two other new varieties of figs that I'm making. So I reduced the size of it, and since I took a bunch of it off, I figured, you know what, I would like to make some cuttings so I can I'm going to give these away. So my second tool is just some shears, nice and sharp and clean. Well, I'm not going to say mine are nice and clean, but you should make sure yours are nice and clean, because I don't want you to blame me if yours fail. But they shouldn't fail. Now, they always say that you should first sanitize your blade, make sure there's no bacteria or whatever else on it. So I'm going to cut this there. Now that's a piece is too long, so I'm going to cut all this here underneath that. So I'm going to cut above there. That's a nice cutting. And I'm also going to go cut the other piece. This tree is, look at that cutting. Beautiful. Nice, straight. I'm going to take these leaves off here. Don't really need that. I'm going to cut above here. That's about a 10-inch cut. Now that I have my cuttings, there's one important step I took. I made sure I kept my cuttings right side up. I don't want to invert them and plant the part that was going up down. I don't know exactly what effects that's going to have, but I don't want to take a chance. So when you cut them, make sure you set them or hold them in your hands so that they are right side up. Next, there are a couple things you can do. And this is where it gets fun, because I get to use my knife. You can scrape away the brown part so you get down I scraped all the way down to the green. You can leave it flat like that, or you can cut it at an angle. Now for me, I've done both. I've cut it at an angle, I've left it flat like that, and honestly, it doesn't really seem to matter. And I'll show you the results later on. So here's this one. We're going to, now this one here, I'm cutting it a little deeper, kind of as an experiment. Got rid of the entire cambium layer, at least most of it. There's a little bit, and cambium layer is that kind of the green tint there. So I scraped all that away. Make sure I keep them right side up. Now here's where most people mess up. They use potting soil. Don't use potting soil, because that holds too much moisture and that can make your cuttings rot. Complete failure. So what I do is I use a seed starting mix, like this here. I made this myself. This can be used for cuttings, and of course, seed starting mix. And if you want to see my mix, I'll leave it in the comments, or I'll leave it as in screen on the video. Because if you want to start seeds, and this video isn't about starting seeds, but if you want to start seeds, having a good seed starting mix is the best route to go. And it's cheap. So you want to take your seed starting mix and make sure that it is moist. You don't want it soaking wet, but you want it moist, almost like a damp sponge. This here is nice and moist. Squeeze it out a little bit, and see how it kind of holds its form? That's good. If it's holding its form like that, that's going to be damp enough. You also want to poke a little drink. Now, I'm going to tell you this, because some people say you should poke drainage holes in here, but I didn't do it. I just made sure I had some moisture in here so that the soil was moist. I didn't over soak it. I made sure it didn't dry out. And there are two rules of thought on that, because they'll tell you on one hand that you want to, well, let me show you how to plant it. You can take this part, obviously that's the part you're going to plant. You can put some rooting hormone on this, which for me is, fig cuttings are so easy. My experiment was to use rooting hormones on half of them and don't put on the other. Most of them grew roots. So once you put your rooting hormone in here, or not, just stick it into your pot here. And for me, I left it at that. Some people suggest you cover it with clear plastic to help keep the humidity level in here. But for me personally, that seemed like it just caused mold. So I didn't do that. And like I said, some people, or like I was going to say, some people say you stick little drainage holes here, but I don't put so much water on here that I need drainage holes. Main thing, you want to keep your growing medium moist. Like I said, not soaking wet, keep it moist. And once you do this, there are so many people talking so many things about how to do it properly. And I guess it's kind of like skinning a cat. I hope YouTube doesn't ban a video for saying about skinning cats, but no, I wouldn't skin a cat. Hey folks, since you're still here, I want to take a moment and thank you for watching my videos. It really helps this channel grow. And while you're at it, share this video out like you would a good harvest to your friends, your family, members of the YouTube gardening community who might dig it. Yeah, pun intended. And while you're at it, plant a seed and hit that like button. It really helps the special gardening community grow. As a gardener, harvest season means the world to me. But what we're growing here matters even more. So if you haven't, please hit the subscribe button and that notification bell. That way you'll be here next time I have something going on in the garden. Now let's get back to rooting these cuttings. But there's so many ways you can successfully root fig cuttings. So I'm showing you my way. Other people might have other ways and we may all be successful. And I think you saw the thumbnail. And if you didn't take a close look, I'm going to show you the plants that I've already rooted recently. It took me about 3 weeks. So I took this, I just stuck it in my office, not too far from a window. I didn't put it on the grow lights. I just left it. And once in a while, I'll come by it, stick my finger in the growing medium to check to see if it was still moist. And pretty easy, just stick it in there, make sure it's still moist. If it's not, add some more water in there. But don't overdo it. I set this on my grow rack for 3.5 weeks. And the big thing with fig cuttings, be patient. You're not going to have roots like you would, let's say if you plant some squash seeds. Those may germinate and you have roots on it within a week. But with this, you're looking at 3, 4, maybe even 8 weeks. But hopefully it doesn't take that long. But be patient. Don't keep pulling it out, checking to see if the roots are on there, because here's the thing. This here, let's get close. See those roots there? I waited until I saw the roots. I never pulled this cutting out. I let it be, and it showed me when it's ready. Now, if you're concerned, one thing you're probably going to see, you're going to start seeing some leaves on here before you get roots. Some people say it's just the tree using up its stored energy. Others say that that's a good indication that your roots are developing. I don't really care, but just want to let you know, you can have some leaves up here without visible roots. So don't get excited if you see one or two leaves and say, oh, it's rooted. Wait until you see the roots. That's why my suggestion is put it in a clear container so you can see the roots without having to disturb the plant. Now, 3 or 4 weeks ago, I rooted about 9 fig cuttings. These are just 3 of them, all successfully rooted, except for this one here. Like I said, you're going to have a good success rate. I think out of the 9, 8 of them rooted. I don't know what the heck happened to this one, but no problem. So I will suggest that if you're going to do cuttings, don't just take one. Give yourself a fighting chance, because if you do just one, that one might not be the one that you should have done. It might fail. But if you do 3, I'd say do at least 3. If you do 3, I will almost guarantee you're going to get, if you do it properly, I will guarantee you that you will get at least 2 that work. And at that point, if you only need 1, give one away or make a smart decision. Decide which one of your fig cuttings has the best roots, the most leaves, which one looks the best. And keep that one. The other one, well, I'm going to leave that decision up to you. Now, there's one more thing that some people may disagree on. Some people say it's best to do your cuttings in the fall. I just did mine a couple weeks ago, so I did mine late winter. It was like early March. Temperatures started to get better. The trees hadn't started budding on leaves, but I did them when I honestly did them when it was convenient for me. When I knew I'd be more active in the garden, I'll be more intent on getting it done properly. And as you can see, I was successful with it. But there's more. Now, once you see your leaves and your roots, you can gently take this out of the pot. Now, I wouldn't just yank it out. I would kind of knock it out, pour it out, and just kind of pour it out into a damp cloth or something. Because the last thing you want to do is yank on this branch out and break off some of the roots. Now, when you take your cutting out of your clear container, there's really no way to determine how long the roots are until you actually take it out. And you want your roots to be about 2 to 3 inches long. If your roots are really short, I suggest sticking it back in, packing the growing medium back on, and let it continue to grow further. But you don't want to just go on and plant it because you have 1 or 2 roots. You might have some success, but I think the bigger, the better, the longer and stronger your plant's going to be. Now, once you plant your fig cutting into a pot, and yes, I strongly suggest you put it in a pot. Don't put it in the ground, put it in the pot, because you want to be able to move it around. Now, if you do it in the spring, you know a hot summer's coming. And a young cutting might have issues with being in the hot sun all day. And let's face it, when you plant a tree, you're not going to put it under shade. So I'll put it in a pot so you can give it some sun, but maybe not, 8, 12 hours of direct sun a day. But give it some sun, let it get used to being out there in the heat, and leave it in the pot. That way, perhaps in the winter, if you have a bad winter, you may go in and put that inside a greenhouse, inside your garage, put it someplace where it's not exposed to the harsher elements. And leave it in a pot for about a year. Or let's say for my situation, I was going to leave it in there until probably late winter, early spring, when things are still dormant, and then I'll plant it in the ground, and then, hey, free fig tree. Now, folks, answer a question for me. If you're going to do a cutting, are you going to do a fig cutting? Or do you have other fruit trees that you can use the same method on? Put in the comment what you're going to group. This is a brown turkey fig. I also have a Chicago hardy fig and an LSU purple fig, which I may do cuttings on that too. Or I may do some grafting. What would you like me to do? Let me know in the comments. In general, you're going to have fantastic success with this. However, there are some issues you might run into. If you look at your cutting and it's turned black and mushy, that means you overwatered it. If it looks all dried up, especially along the stem, that means you didn't give it enough water. Two of the biggest issues that most plants have, or most people have, when it comes to plants is overwatering and underwatering. Don't kill your plant because you're trying to show it some love. Give it proper water. So folks, that's the way you can successfully root fig cuttings. And to be honest with you, you could probably use this method on other different fruit trees. I'm going to try it on an apple tree and a pear tree. And let me know if you're going to try it. And if you do try it, do me a favor, come back to this video and comment. Let me know how successful you were with rooting fig cuttings. Until then, let's get out there in the garden and get a little dirty. Yeah.